Let me ask y'all this question. If somebody's in the midst of, like, let's say a 20v1, right? That got popular. People saying that a lot when you had the whole Drake and Kendrick battle last year. Drake versus Rick Ross, Drake versus Kendrick, Drake versus Metro, Drake versus Future, Drake versus all these people coming out the woodworks at the same time. For a second, Drake kind of used it to his defense. What's this, a 20v1, nigga? Right? And everybody was like, yeah, come on, Drake. People like an underdog. Fight all them back. It's all good. It'd be one thing if it's like, let's say a team, okay? I'm Michael Jordan and I got to fight the whole Knicks, right? I get it. Y'all are all supposed to be against me. But what about when everybody against you is from different areas? Don't have any connections between each other. This person's in the acting world. This person's in the music industry. This person's your best friend. This person's your brother, like literally. This person's your old friend. This person's your son, literally. Then what? Is it all still a 20v1 to you? Is it everybody clicking up against you for this moment to remove you like people were thinking for Drake? How do you look at like that then? You can't. Sooner or later you got to say, "No, it's you." All these different people got all these different problems with you and nigga, the mirror is the culprit. I mean, we kind of been there, but it just gets worse. Y'all see the title? Dame Dash problems get bigger. Civil RICO case. I don't clickbait y'all. I'm not the one that's just making up a civil RICO case. We're going to see the validity of it. We're going to read into some of it, try to catch some of the backdrop of it, and definitely see where it possibly spawned from. All right. So obviously, we got Dame Dash today. What else do we got? We got some Cameron. All right. We got some Cameron up here. We got updates for Roger Jackson, Rampage's son. What do we got? What do we got? We got LeBron. He did an interview. They asked him about Drake. We're gonna touch on that. What else do we got? What else do we got? The baby, not Lil Baby, not Baby from Cash Money, the baby. Very, very controversial moment he's going through right now. Will he be canceled behind this video that he made? We'll go to that. We'll take a look, give y'all my feedback on that. After that, we got some battle rap news. I got two topics inside of battle rap news for y'all. Fuck, as I'm reading this, I'm like, yeah, here we go. Another 2 hour fucking day. Happy Friday, y'all. All right, after that, what do we got? We're going to do a little bit of follow up reactions to Jimmy Kimmel's suspension. All right, so I got that. And yeah, Stephen A. Smith, you in that one. We're going to talk to you as well. All right, buddy. What else do we got? We got some David updates, the singer who's they found a body in his trunk. I mean, at this point, should we just be saying allegedly, respectfully, and rest in peace, the young girl Celeste? Should we just start saying her name now? Don't be scared of people's names, you know, in situations like this, okay? Allegedly. We got some YSL Woody. Should I take the YSL off and just call him Woody at this point? Either way, we got him on the stream today. Oh, we got an update for T Hood. Okay. And his shooting. And then I got a funny little closeout for y'all from Checks and Balances. Shout out to Joe Dirt on that one. All right. Y'all can start putting y'all guesses for how long the stream is going to be in the chat if you want. Go ahead. Yes. And by the way, I finally tracked down an Oakland A's hat, man. It's not like I was trying to find it online or nothing. I was just waiting to bump into it in the store. And I found one this past week. And so all week so far, I've been going through new catches. All right. This is one of them. I've always wanted one, never bumped into a store that had it. One of my favorite hats of all time, an Oakland A's joint. The A part is obvious, right? I definitely ain't from Oakland. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole 6 a.m. crew. Shout out to the green team. Let's start walking. First and foremost, Dame, you up to bat, buddy. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. All right. So we got Claudia Jordan enters the chat. Somebody that I'm meeting for the first time. I've seen her face around a lot. I'm very, very aware of her. Just didn't put a name to face. But boy, her name is in the algorithm right now, ain't it? Claudia Jordan blasts Dame Dash for allegedly being a pervert on set. All right. On the Breakfast Club, Dame Dash alleged that he once asked Claudia Jordan to watch an adult film to prepare for a sex scene. During a recent appearance on the Breakfast Club, Dame Dash discussed Claudia Jordan recalling the time they spent together on the set of Dear Frank. This Dear Frank movie keeps coming up. Lawsuits, mentions, interviews like The Breakfast Club now. Let's pay attention to that. He alleged that once he asked her to watch an adult film to prepare for a sex scene, she was saying that she found that to be sexual harassment or something like that, or she felt like it was inappropriate, he explained. And I was like, yo, I didn't want to talk sex with you. That's why I gave it to you and said, go over there. Okay. It didn't take long for Jordan to respond to Dash's remarks yesterday. She took to her Instagram story to go on a fiery rant accusing him of misconduct. All right. So we're going to play it. She snaps. It's like 5 minutes long. We're going to play the whole thing. I just want to give some opinionated context here. Dame Dash, your interview on the Breakfast Club did everything and more of what we expected, regardless of whether your team Dash, team Breakfast Club, team Cam, team whoever. It did everything that was expected. Hopefully, everybody got what they wanted from this interview, including you, buddy. All right. Breakfast Club definitely did as well. We're going to go to that in a second as well. Stay with me. I'm going to tie that. I'm going to connect that dot. But you mentioned in this young lady's name. Is she young? I think she's in her 50s, as a matter of fact. Gorgeous. In her 50s. Beautiful woman, by the way. You mentioned this woman's name up there. I wonder why. You know, Dame Dash speaks on situations, says names. You know, was you getting in front of something? Allegedly. Was you just taking a shot at this person that you had a fallout with? Allegedly. Were you just in the midst of talking and slipped up and said her name on accident? Allegedly. Did you know you was going to go up there and try to possibly diffuse any talks that could come about SA or harass? Allegedly. Who knows? But you saying this woman's name on that big ass Breakfast Club platform spawned her to do this right here.
Hey guys, I'm out here playing in this golf tournament and my phone is blowing up with notifications that Dame Dash once again has my name in his mouth when he should be having Polident tight grip in his mouth, instead holding those cheap ass dentures in place instead of worrying about me. Why do you keep trying to bring me into your mess? You've been sued by everybody. You've lost every single lawsuit and you owe the government all this money, yet you keep trying to bring me into your bullshit. I have been quiet. On the set of Dear Frank, you were wildly inappropriate. You did shit on that set that should have shut it down, okay? Very inappropriate the way you were carrying on with the women on set, and what you did to me during the one scene was fucked up. I've not embarrassed you yet because everybody else has done that job for me, and including yourself. But if you want to keep running your mouth, then I'm going to tell my side. You was a fucking pervert on set. You were disgusting. The things you did with that porn tape and what you tried to do to get me ready for a scene with you while your shunt was showing out of your chest and you thought you was hot, you were not. You're a fat fucking mess. And yes, I understand you see me everywhere, so and you're nowhere except pretending to own ranches that you don't own and borrowing money from people. And you see people that are just flourishing without you, and like you do with Jay-Z, you're just sitting there jealous of everybody else, counting everybody else's money. So now you want to include me in your lawsuit. Nigga, bring it on. You lost every other suit that my lawyer, Chris Brown, has gone up against you again.
The chat just activated me to be an asshole. Gotta start this with allegedly. You got a lot of men in powerful positions, gatekeepers, bosses, CEOs, the director. you, you put what you like there sometimes, right? The fucking executive that sits in his office that got the executive assistant or the person at the desk that's taking the phone calls or buzzing people into the office. She just happens to have some big ass titties, long hair, and a pretty face. Huh? It's okay, ladies. Use your looks to move around. Sometimes you got hired because you're beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Hey, use what you got to get what you want sometimes. But she's explaining it like it was supposed to be a movie, allegedly, with a sex scene involving him. And he's like 155, right? So we're all in this chat talking about like how beautiful she is and how pretty she is. And I pulled it up. Research in the background says that she's 52 years old and he's 55. Maybe allegedly he found him. I know exactly what I'm doing about doing a sex scene with, or what, writing a sex scene into this movie with Claudia Jordan. We both the same age and all that. What's up, shorty? Let's watch this porno together. Allegedly. Allegedly. I know Dave is outside in a rampant way. Allegedly, man. I'm just just opinionated, sarcastic responses to all of this mess. Okay, don't sue me. But chat, y'all made me pause it. That's all y'all.
Yes, you've lost everything. You don't pay rent. You you fuck up with all the contracts. You've been sued by everybody and lost because you steal property from people. You found guilty of that. Okay, from women. You rent expensive homes to give the image of you being wealthy, and then you default and don't pay your rent, and you've been sued by them, and you've lost those cases too. So why is my name?
She's in all out exposure mode, people. That's not your crib. That nigga, allegedly, that nigga Dame was up there with envy. Like, I bet you my crib is bigger than yours. Claudia up here, like, oh, you mean the rental that you fucked up the rent and got evicted from, so you could pose and act like you still moving around?
Name in your mouth. I didn't want my body in your mouth. I sure don't want my name in your mouth. So keep all of us out of your mouth and out of your thoughts. Okay? I'm so sick and tired of your shit. You are the reason for your failure. And Dame, you talk so much shit about people being culture vultures, stealing from the culture and not down with black people and they working for the white man. All while you parade a woman around that is a white woman and you pretend to be that she's Puerto Rican, that you think, oh, it's different, right, with me. And you talk so much shit about everybody else. Not that there's anything wrong with dating a white woman or a Puerto Rican woman, but you go out of your way to pretend that she's not what she is, okay? In my opinion. And I think that's super whack, but that just shows your character. Your character. Your own family don't fuck with you because of what you do and how you behave. You know, I felt bad for you when we were filming because I was like, yeah, maybe you got a raw deal. Maybe like, you know, he is this victim that he claims to be. But I see now from working with you one time and never again that all your failures are your own. It's your own doing. You cause all of the bad shit that has happened to you. You're not a victim. Your ego in your mouth. You still think it's 2003 and it's the big pimping video where you can spray liquor on women and like it's cute. It was never cute. It never gave cute. So you can continue on your little tour and enjoy the attention. And, you know, people that don't really know and haven't been paying attention to you will be like, oh, man, he's smart, man. And the system did him wrong. You're not. You are struggling with that interview. Charlamagne was running circles around you. You went in there so fake. Oh, I don't fool with men. That's why I don't go anywhere with men. And then Charlamagne quickly checked you and said, you came in here with the man. That is a perfect summation of how fucking fake and whack you are, how much of a liar you are. So keep my name out of your mouth. I worked on a movie that you were given a vanity credit for as director. You gave some input here and there, but Josh Weber was the actual director giving us real direction while you were smoking weed, talking so much shit. Not that there's anything wrong with smoking weed, because I smoke too, but you want to be the director. You didn't want to sign your paperwork, okay? And you were very unprofessional on set. And the one scene that we had where I had to cry about how you treated me and what you did, and you was wilding and out of control, you was highly inappropriate. Did we get past that and did I get over it? Yes, that's why I didn't sue you over it. But it's a note to self. You a fuckboy. It cut me off at the best part. Damn, you are a fuckboy.
The best part?
That's why people don't fuck with you. You're a fuckboy. You sit there and talk big game. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. When you have to tell everybody how much of a boss you are, you're not. When you have to tell everybody how great you are, you're not. When you have to tell everybody how amazing you are, you're not. You're not. And I'm sorry for you. You were on a trajectory to be in big places and big spaces, but you fucked up with your mouth and your arrogant, annoying attitude. All right. I don't know why you think everyone's done you wrong. Are you not guilty in any of this? Like you've done nothing wrong to put yourself in position. The way you move, like I got to see firsthand, and you didn't put one penny up for that movie for Dear Frank. It was called The List at first, and you try to go sell it behind our backs. You didn't own it, Dame.
I thought you got to be the boss to put your money up.
You didn't own it. Get over it. Move on and shut the fuck up. You think about more things. You have so many lawsuits where you've been found guilty of defamation. And I didn't jump on that bandwagon. I could have because you was out there dragging my name. I'm like, what did I do to you besides say no? What did I do to you for not want to spend the night at your house after filming? What did I do to you? Nothing. Nothing. I did not think you needed to be part of the project. I didn't think your name brought any value, but it was a means to an end to get Kanye West involved in the project. That's all. The only reason you were given a vanity credit, Dame. I was there from day one with the producer before you even brought on. And you're mad that I testified about the truth on the stand?
Oh.
I gave sworn testimony. It was all true.
Oh.
And if I didn't, you could have tried to get me for perjury. You did not. Like I tell motherfuckers that have problems with me, If I defamed you or lied on you, file a lawsuit, bitch. File a lawsuit. Because I stand by what I say, because I don't lie, because I have a bad memory, so I have to tell the truth.
Ooh.
Someone just sent me the clip where
bar.
Dame Dash says on the Breakfast Club that he has video of me saying that he is the best director ever.
Yo. Shorty said I got a...
Someone just said...
Oh, still going? My bad. My bad. Shorty said I got a bad memory, so I gotta tell the truth. If I told a lie, go ahead, sue me. Oh, shit.
In the clip where Dame Dash says on the Breakfast Club that he has video of me saying that he is the best director ever. Really? Dame Dash, I have a proposition for you. I know money's tight. And I'm not rich either. I'm just trying to make it out here in this world. If you can produce the video of me saying that you're the best director I've ever worked with, I will pay for your teeth to get fixed. That's an offer you can't refuse, right? If you can find said video of me telling you you're the best director I've ever worked with, I'm gonna fix your mouth up. And they'll never slip out again.
Is it over? Is it done? Is it done? Let's take this down. Hold on. That threw me off. I'm gonna go back to being on topic and leading up to this whole Civil RICO case and all that in a second, people. Just give me a second to handle my business. All right. Got my Instagram right here. Let's go to search. Claudia Jordan. Okay, verified account, 1 million followers. Pardon me, people. All right, everybody turn your head. How Claudia would love to have a beautiful, strong Black woman such as yourself on my platform someday. I promise to not sidetrack this what do you call this approach with a proposed date such as some of your previous directors that you worked with. It's like a triple meaning, right? Oh no, not there. Hold on. Over here. Oh shit. Will that work, y'all? I know there's some of you haters in the chat like, ain't gonna get it. Ain't gonna get it. Hope you don't get it. I like her. She's cool. No, I'm not. I ain't trying to get with nobody. That was a joke for the stream, okay? Half joke for the stream. I really would love to bring her up here. And I don't be fucking sliding in people's DMs. I just, for the sake of how she bombed on him in the chat, talk about that she's beautiful and all that, I felt like that would be hilarious to legitimately invite her up to the podcast with us in this moment while doing it in a fucking half joking, flirtatious way. Only on this RSU podcast, man. I swear. All right, let's move on. Oh shit. I'll be back, Claudia. All right. Where we at now? Let's move on. Dame Dash responds to Claudia Jordan's sexual misconduct accusations. She's on the list. So Dame Dash got a list. He's checking it twice. Anybody naughty or nice and all that for him? Okay, cool. This is in response to the rant. Claudia Jordan was not a fan of Damon Dash bringing her up during his viral interview on a Breakfast Club. The 52-year-old actress fired back and accused the Rockefeller co-founder of sexual misconduct while they were on the set filming his 2019 movie, Dear Frank. And he responded by the allegations. Tell Claudia Jordan that I'll see her in court. Dash exclusively told Vibe, I dare her to say another word. Keep talking. I'll see her in court. That little thing that she put up on social media, I got that documented. She's panicking because she's on the list, on my court list. It says, who are the people you're going to sue? And she's on the list. Tell her she's on the list because that was the name of the movie. Tell her I said she's on the list. Okay. All right. All right. So let's get a little bit more now into the actual title. ARP, Civil RICO. The fuck? Civil RICO? Civil RICO? And here it is. Okay. This is you see up to the right, Dusko Poppington. That's Dame Dash's verified account. This is his Instagram, 1.3 million followers. Appears to be a post on his page. Caption says, too easy, laughing emoji. Hashtag checkmate, stay tuned. Dame Dash hits Claudia Jordan, Chris Brown, the lawyer, and more with a demand letter for a RICO, or I'm sorry, for a civil RICO. So in the background of this, you see he's got the video that we just watched. Okay. So the premise of the post is using that, like, okay, you want to talk shit? You see, speeding through it and whatnot. Checkmate. And he's playing a song called Checkmate in the background. All right, so he's saying that this is his my pawn takes queen move, pun intended. Okay. Subject, formal demand. Formal demand. A nice way to say, give me $100 million in a civil RICO claim. To Chris Brown-esque, okay, Claudia Jordan, the first name here copied. Josh Weber, Brian White, Tony White, Larry Smith, Mike or Muddy Waters, E.W. Brooks, Muddy Waters Films, LLC. So all these names copied are probably lawyers, directors, producers, whoever. Dear all, I am placing on a formal notice of my intent to pursue claims under the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act and related state law cause of action. Your coordinated actions, including fraud, perjury, theft of intellectual property, defamation, tortious interference. I always forgot, is that torturous or tortious, right? But whatever. Interference, harassment, and financial manipulation have caused me damages exceeding $100 million. So for our top 5 at the end of the year, we shall see if this will be a candidate. And I'm not saying that it's right or it's wrong. Details to come if he really, really pursues this. If this actually gets filed, right? This right now is just a formal complaint or formal demand, right? Formal demand, actually. Hey, nice way, $100 million, send it to me. Or brace yourself to send it to me. A summary of wrongdoing. The film, The List, and Dear Frank, I conceived, directed, financed, and produced. She said he didn't put a dime up, but all right. And produced the film. Despite my leadership and contributions, Tony White, Josh Weber, Brian White, Muddy Waters Films, and others misappropriated it, removed my credits, and retitled it Dear Frank. I was never compensated for directing the movie at all. But wasn't this already in court with them? I forget if this is the same movie. All right. Either way, budget fraud. Tony White and Mike Munstazer. Tony White lied about the budget as a precondition to production, but I thought you putting the money up for everything, though, allegedly. All right. Mike admitted this. Although I offered to pay myself, Mike paid the editor, took delivery of the final cut, and used that leverage to cut me out. You're going to have proof of that. Contracts, transactions, emails, text messages. You don't Dame Dash, but all the stuff you got going on and you and your 20v1 mode, you're not going to want to walk into court, my word versus yours. your word credibility these days. You see how all these civil lawsuits, criminal lawsuits, one of the first things they do is they go after your credibility. Your credibility is on an all-time decline. Okay? Go ask the CEO of Revolt. I'm not even hating. I'm just speaking on what's in front of us. All right? You better not be trying to approach this with just my word versus yours. All right? Shit, even Cam is up here saying, I've never been in a car with fucking Dame Dash and Big L. Like, it's getting crazy. False testimony and benefit. Claudia Jordan, there she goes. All right. Claudia Jordan publicly praised my directing. And she said she'd pay for your teeth if you could find that. So if she publicly did that, bring that, Dame. I'm not hating. I'm trying to call it down the middle as much as possible, but bring that. Me, the type of person I am, when somebody wrongs me or I feel like they might wrong me, or if I smell anything even coming up, even if things go good, I still probably got a folder on you of files, because it's either I sent something, I'm not sure, or it's a first time doing business, and I'll save shit. And if you got these issues with her, and if you're now running around, and that is a part of your claim towards Claudia Jordan, that she publicly praised you, she's over here saying that never happened. Bring that video. Appeared in edits, podcasts, and falsely testified under oath. So that's what she mentioned. That would probably be a big reason for her and Dame Dash not getting along. She testified in court against him, right? Should I say allegedly? Isn't that what she just said? So yeah, this list that you have, I'm sure she's been on it. To be honest. All right. Under oath and did not direct. Can you sue somebody for testifying against you in court? I mean, if you're going to prove that she perjured, don't you got to prove that she perjured herself on the stand in that case? Or shouldn't you? I'm not saying you can't come back with something, but shouldn't you? Shouldn't you be proving that she's lying on you right there? Not a separate case, right? I don't know. All right. She directly benefited later, starring in E.W. Brooks' film tied to Chris Brown ESQ. So when she moved on, you felt like some of that was catching from the movement that she had going on with you at first, huh? Is that it? All right. Fraudulent litigation. All right. So fraudulent, what is fraud? Before I even read further, what is fraudulent litigation? To me, the only way you wash that out is false claims, because you could sue anybody for anything. You know, some people get sued, and before it even starts to walk, it gets tossed out on certain technicalities. Things are time barred. I'm suing you for something 10 years ago that's time barred to a 3-year contract type of term, right? Shit like that. So what is a fraudulent litigation? You have to show, well, to me, if I feel like I'm in a fraudulent litigation, which I feel like I've 100% been in before, I look at that, me and my lawyers looked at that like, if we're not going to prove ways where this should be tossed, it's going to be managed in counterclaims at some point in all of this. Countersuits, counter lawsuits. All right. Because I have proof of you lying, or, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Anyway. So fraudulent litigation is there. Business misappropriation, Larry Smith, G5 Grow. I partnered with Larry Smith and G5 Cannabis Grow in Las Vegas, including developing the pink mink strain for camera. Damn. Cam, like, you got my name in your Civil RICO shit. I didn't read this before, y'all. I'm doing this live with y'all right now. All right, so Cam's in there. Larry continued the business without me and excluded my contributions. He also attempted to pay my son. So what's the tie with this to, let me go back. Formal demand letter, $100 million, Civil RICO. So we know RICO connects people, but pursue claims on the RICO and coordinated actions included fraud, perjury. Is that person's name that you put next to Cameron in that list of copied? Larry Smith, is that name in there? Is it in there? Let's see. Yes, here, it's right here on the top line of the CC. Larry Smith. All right, you're Rico in them all together. Weed shit, Claudia shit. Okay. Asset manipulation and bankruptcy interference. Chris Brown ESQ. My Rockefeller Incorporated equity was forced to auction. We heard about that. We reported on it, knowing liens would consume proceeds. Chris Brown then contacted my bankruptcy lawyer, Brian, but never followed up and separately told my LA counsel I would not pay, causing the lawyer to withdraw, leading to a default. These actions forced me into bankruptcy. Default judgments come from things like not appearing, not following up, not meeting deadlines, not answering, like shit like that. You know, if you're in the midst of something and then your lawyer leaves you for whatever reason, let's say he just felt like, I'm good, I'm jumping ship on this one, and then you end up in a default judgment. What judge looks at that and says the default judgment comes down because nobody blames the lawyer? The lawyer is an extension of you. People remember. I know we get caught up in the Brian Steeles and the Johnny Cochrans, but at the end of the day, they work for somebody. The boss is still Young Thug. The boss is still Diddy. The boss is still Dame Dash. It's your responsibility to retain your legal representation, whether it's this lawyer or that lawyer. So what are we talking about here? Like, somebody contacted my bankruptcy lawyer that forced this lawyer to quit, and then I ended up in a default judgment because I didn't have my lawyer anymore. It's your responsibility. Go get a new one then if your lawyer left you. And lawyers leaving cases aren't just like, you don't just wake up as Dame Dash, for example, and your lawyer got a text message on your phone that says, yo, I'm out. And then you got to go to court like, yo. We saw an example of that, right? We saw in Diddy's case, one of the lawyers dropped out. It was a black lawyer. And before we got to trial, we was just like, oh, what does that mean? I think there was another one in the Drake and UMG case too, a lawyer that dropped out. But we read the paperwork showing it's like a formal process, a formal legal process, I believe, where the lawyer goes on record with the court saying, I am withdrawing for these reasons or whatever, and yada, 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 yada. It's not just some, like you walk into court as Dame, unless you're being irresponsible. And the judge is like, yo, where's your lawyer? He's like, I don't know. He didn't show up today. Like, isn't that against lawyering policies and process and standards? Like, think about it, people. Like, if I show up to a critical day of court and my lawyer just don't show up, just disappeared because he overslept, right? The judge can go after the lawyer for me. No, like, I don't know. Like, I don't. Number 6 right there seems a little, but some people make excuses for everything. Okay. I lost my lawyer, and that's because he got hit by some other person, but it's your lawyer. Damages. I have suffered wrongful loss of ownership and revenue from the list / Dear Frank, a fraudulent $300,000 judgment. So you went through a court process for a different scenario or a different case. You lost it. You got that judgment against you for $300,000. Now you're suing somebody else for that back. Isn't that easy for me to defend? Like, because it's already a closed case that they judged on. So if you sue me for a judgment that you lost over there, I'm just going to say that case, open up that case or something then, like, or appeal that case. Like, I'm confused. Severe reputational harm from false allegations. Okay. Theft or ventures including the G5 Grow / Mink Pink strain. Okay, you have your proof. Bankruptcy damages tied to Rockefeller Incorporated equity when he's trying to sell. I assume that's the Rockefeller. Not Rockefeller. The reasonable doubt joint, and then eventually came. He put his chain, his chain on. Whoever buys this, I'm gonna toss in a Rockefeller chain as well. He's like, ooh, it's not out here looking good, homie. It looks like you're in liquidation mode. Total damage is $100 million. Demand. Within 14 days of this notice, you are required to cease and desist all defamatory, fraudulent, and harassing actions. Issue retractions of false statements and testimony. Provide an accounting of all profits from my films, business ventures, and related enterprises. Remit payment of the $100 million as well. Preserve all evidence, emails, text, contracts. That's for your discovery. Financial call sheets, recordings, trial records, communications with attorneys. Trust me, you better have your own set of this shit. Failure to comply will result in the immediate filing of a civil RICO action in federal court, naming all of y'all, all 80 of y'all. Birdman voice with that. Like, okay, Dame. With additional parties added as revealed through discovery, you got to go through with this, buddy. Your credibility is on an all-time low. It's on an all-time low because the only out that Dame has to these actions here, and I got more for this page in general. I'm not done. The only out that you have for this is that, oh no, I'm cool because they all came out and retracted their statements, said I wasn't lying, admitted what I was saying was true and all that. And all right, cool. I'm gonna leave y'all alone now. Because his reputation being killed, I'm even gonna tie that into another video coming up in a second. His reputation being killed out there is the biggest thing. It's one of the reasons he went up to the Breakfast Club. He wants to get on these platforms, like it is what it is and everything. It's all fighting people saying that he's broke, he's being sued, it's this, it's that, you're a bad businessman. He's just fighting his reputation and all the narratives around his name. It's a lot of it is ego based. A lot of it is. But that's why he's doing these interview campaign right now. But that's the only out that I could see him using. Like, oh, I'm not going to file this $100 million RICO because y'all all apologize to me. And nobody's going to apologize to you. So go forward with it then. If they really did these things to you. If they did. Because last we checked the other day, you out here talking about you about to be the chairman or the CEO or whatever, Revolt. And people's coming out and say, what the fuck is he talking about? The real CEO. So you're not looking good, buddy. Now, the last piece is what I want to focus on for a second. Govern yourselves accordingly. Sincerely, Dame in Dash, the Dash Group. Ding, 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 ding. Cause to pause, yellow light, orange light. For some people, red light right there. I've gotten cease and desist letters before. I've been sued before. I've been through these processes before multiple times, 3, 4, 5 times, actually. You know what it always said at the bottom of this letter? The lawyer's firm. How do you want me to interpret this, Dame? Do you have a in-house Dame Dash Group legal team? Do you have retained lawyers or bar passing lawyers within the Dame Dash Group? I need to understand why these last 3 lines says sincerely, Dame and Dash, the Dash Group. Are you representing yourself for a civil RICO? Did you hire a lawyer? Did you speak to a lawyer? Do you want to pay for a lawyer right now? All questions that come to mind just from them last 3 fucking sentences right there. Them last 3 lines. Why isn't this a law firm? I mean, you said in Breakfast Club ChatGPT exists. This might be where that came from, allegedly. You got a nice write-up. You put in, you're smart. You know, you put in your accusations, damages suffered. You know, and I honestly, this is all part of, hold on, even that is off, Dame. Because at least what's here on your post, on your page, treats that as if this is all part of a sole email body. Okay? You want to know how this really goes? It really be the email from the law firm and all that type of shit. People copied on it, and then it'd be a PDF attachment with this type of stuff. Like all it is. It'd be attached to I'm just saying. I've worked with a bunch of lawyers in my time. And the timing as well. Last but not least, you happen to file this with your checkmate laughing too easy emoji caption after she eats you in a video. Why don't you come with this then? So the timing is bad. The read is and the closing is ding, ding, ding. Wait a minute. What is that? Oh, alleged, of course. But you got it, G. You got it. This is him talking about, I think he puts up a clip of him talking about the movie or the show in question. I don't think anybody's debating whether you were involved in the movie. To what capacity? And I don't know. You got judgments against it already, it seems, allegedly. Like, I don't know, man. Mm. He's threatening. This isn't no lawsuit at this point, people. He's threatening in an email signed by the Dash Group at the end. He's threatening $100 million civil RICO lawsuit. All right. All right, then. Speaking of financially having these revelations around you, look at this with Cam real quick.
When we seen that Dame owe $800,000 to a debt, or these people would get his third of Rockefeller, Mace was like, yo, nah, bro. Come on, B. That's Dame, bro. Word to everything I love. He like, that's Dame. And he don't even, like I said, they aren't the best relation. He's like, nah, tell him, he's like, yo, you want to go 5-5? We can't let this nigga go out like that. So I called Dame. I said, yo, Mace wanna help out. So he's like, we got $1 million. He's like, well, I don't know. Cause young boy NBA called me up. He got $2 million. We like, all right, cool. Like we just wanted to get you out the news for looking bad. So I guess the young boy NBA thing fell out. So Mace called back the next day. Yo, see what he want to do. He like, yo, just wait on it. I might got another deal. So Mace like, yo, bro, he said, you got $1 million today in your account today. Hold on, I might got a deal for $6 million. I'm like, all right, cool. Dame waits 3 weeks to call back and says, yo, what's up? What's up? Y'all want to bust that move? So when I called Beth back, Beth like, nah, man, the deal's off. We ain't doing it. He waited 3 weeks. I said, Dame, Mace ain't picking up. I just said like that. I said, I don't think he want to do it. He tries to use reverse psychology on me and be like, oh, you got to wait for that to bust a move. Oh, you can't bust your own moves. I feel you. I feel you can't bust your own moves. No, I can't, Dame. I'm not feeding into that. No, I can't. I had 500,000. Mace had 500,000. And no, I don't have $1 million to give you for that, because the thing about it was this. We were saying to this, if we found a way to make more money off of it, me and Mace was saying, once we get our $1 million back, we're willing to give, let's say we sold it for $2 million. Give us our $1 million and we'll bust the other $1 million down with you, just so he can have some bread. Like we didn't really need it. When we seen that Dame owe $800,000 to
we are looking at, in my opinion, allegedly, one of the most egotistical men to come out of the hip hop industry, Dame Dash, allegedly. You know, there's so much in videos like that I take away, and I would never want to work with him either. Like I've seen it then, and we see it so much more even now. I don't even handle calls like that. Let me switch screens for a second. I wouldn't even handle a call like that. If somebody called me and said, yo, we got $1 million, me and Mace got $1 million for you for, the acquisition or whatever, and we'll figure it out, boom, 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 boom. I don't even tell you like, yo, well, stay right there. I might got $2 million or $3 million or another $6 million. I don't even say that. If I'm going to try to prolong it because I got other things going on, like you don't expose. I understand it's your friends, right? But they're coming with business, but there's also a little bit of favor tone in it, at least as per how Cam delivered it right here. I don't even mix the business. There's no need. I'm not really holding out on Cam by doing that. I just don't need to give him that, like, yo, hold on, I might got $6 million. So I don't need to give him that. I could just be like, oh, yo, I appreciate, yo, give me a second. I'm working out a couple things. And that's where you come back a week, two, or a week and a half later. And depending on even how the vibe is and how the conversation is, you don't even let business go like that, or opportunities or offers run like that. There's got to be touch points. There's got to be consistent communication. If I'm trying to book a battle and I know it's going to take me 3 weeks, there's checkpoints that I have to do. I don't just let the person sit there not knowing what the fuck I got going on because I'm really trying to make this other matchup happen. And then, 3 weeks later, yo, you want to do, I might lose it. I could keep explaining how to manage opportunities, business, dealings, negotiations across time. There's an art to it. There's a professional aspect to it, but Dame, in the way that Cam is explaining that, didn't apply that. And when you came back, it's like left field for them. Like, what? He still wants this now? Nah, we good. We off to something else. For all you know, by then, they didn't seen Jay-Z's response and all that type of shit coming out, talk about, listen, I'm going to tell you, whoever touches that shit right now in 3 years or whatever, I'm going to have it. Allegedly. That's the rules of that shit. That's the whole stipulations around that shit. That's the contracts around that shit. You know? And whatever happened to those other deals? It almost feels similar to the story that Cam just told about Revolt. And he said he had additional show slots and he offered one to Dame. Dame was considering it, and then he comes back later on and tells either Cam or somebody that got work to Cam, nah, I ain't working for no Cam or whatever. And like, nah, I'm the Godfather. And he keeps preaching this Godfather movie shit, right? I'm the Godfather. We are watching one of the most egotistical men to come out of the record industry, the hip-hop music world, right in front of us. Ego. When we say he can't get out of his own way, it's his fucking personality. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. But let's move on. When Shorty, Claudia, she's too old for me to call Shorty, huh? When Miss Claudia, in case you see this, when Miss Claudia talked about you and your relationships with your family and all that before, I just happened to come across this yesterday. So we saw the one that Cam put up like last week of him on a show. So we'll take it with a grain of salt. Could be just entertainment value, but where there's smoke, there's fire. And why does everybody have these type of legitimate energies towards you? Like, even though it's a show, these people seem like they really harbor these type of feelings towards you. So we saw your son, right, on Cam the other day. Cam posted that. And now here you are with your brother.
Guys,
how do you take care of me?
No criticizing.
Are you sick in the head? I took care of you. You never took care of me.
When I worked at Rockefeller, I worked every day.
Care of me.
I was on the road every day, taking records to radio stations, not in my house, leaving my kids by their house every day. I got the power. I got the power over my life. Nobody else. Anything I didn't do because you told me to. I did it because I got paid to do it.
I hired you to do it.
Okay. And then when I was there, I worked for my every dollar.
I didn't look at it like that. I would have fired you. If you weren't my brother, I would have fired you.
You wouldn't have fired me because I got records popping. What? I got plaques because I got records popping. I got other jobs because I got records popping.
We got different realities, man.
Yeah, because your reality up.
Because I had to pay you.
Because your reality screwed.
Damon?
You think you're this, that, and the third. You're nothing.
But I was
keep it 100. You're nothing.
All right.
Yeah, you're a dream.
Damon, all three of you disrespect each other.
I don't disrespect nobody until I'm disrespected.
I understand.
And I'm not going to just sit here
and
let him just battle this, beat him down, beat him down, and he's not 100% right. I'm just going to sit here and wait for my turn. I'm not going to.
Guys,
how do you take care of me?
No.
I'm just saying. But speaking of Claudia, let's go back to her again for a moment. Yeah, she ain't playing with you, buddy.
And Dame, you talk so much shit about people being culture vultures, stealing from the culture and not down with black people and they working for the white man. All while you parade a woman around that is a white woman and you pretend to be that she's Puerto Rican, that you think, oh, it's different, right, with me. And you talk so much shit about everybody else. Not that there's anything wrong with dating a white woman or a Puerto Rican woman, but you go out of your way to pretend that she's not what she is, okay? In my opinion. And I think that's super whack. But that just shows your character. Your character. Your own family don't you because of what you do and how you behave. You know, I felt bad for you when we were filming because I was like, yeah, maybe you got a raw deal. Maybe.
Just that clip again. I'm just saying. It's just too many people around you with problems, homie. Started this whole shit with the 20v1 concept, didn't I? You're fighting too many people. It just can't be everybody. At some point, it's gotta be you. Right? He would never accept that. Dame is a guy that he has no mirrors in his house, B. None. He doesn't own a mirror. All right. This is why I brought up the Breakfast Club channel. When I said earlier that interview did everything that it needed to do, good or bad, for all parties involved. And obviously Charlemagne being the crafty king of getting viral content that he is, and the master that he is of that. Scroll the Breakfast Club page for a second, all right? The Dame Dash interview, let's go to it real quick. Where is it? All right, here it is. It's at 2.6 million views, all right? Let's see how much videos we can scroll through before we even find a video that is half of that. Just look for 1.3 million, okay? Just scroll with me. Nothing close. Nothing even breaking 1 million. We have yet to even see something. I mean, this is all big view stuff, but it's a big channel, big platform, obviously. But I haven't seen something that even crossed 500 yet. So he's got the top 3 in recent uploads, of course. This one's 400. This is a spinoff clip. This is 409, a spinoff clip. The full interview, of course, 2.6 million. All right, let's keep going. I haven't even seen anything yet to break 500,000 other than that. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Young Thug's got big views right now, of course. Charlie Kirk's got some big views. Still nothing that he's even crossed 500,000. Oh, here goes one, 706,000. But still, all right. Now let me move to the next threshold. Can we get a mil? Can we get a mil? Anywhere in recent videos? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. What if I scroll fast? All right, 418 Young Thug shit. We're not going to get a 1 million view video up here for a while, it seems. And he's at 2.3. Boy, when I tell you, that's why this video could have helped or could have hurt. Just like Young Thug's interview. You knew everybody's going to tune into that shit. Dame Dash and Charlamagne, or Dame Dash versus the Breakfast Club again. In the midst of all this Dame Dash drama of him being in the algorithms about all his lawsuits, all his problems, all his taxes, all his child support, all these people talking bad about him. It did everything it was supposed to do. And Dame, dare I say, you are being hurt by your own Breakfast Club interview. You are drawing a ton of new eyes because that's just this video. All of the other people that's reporting on it, covering it, clipping it, all the shorts, all the long form content, people going lives, other platforms, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, there's probably billions of views of coverage out there about this Dame Dash interview, and none of it is helping you at this point. None of it, other than the entertainment value. And if you can use that to go get other paid interviews for a moment, then do so. That's a temporary moment of your name being hot and people just want to book you for the controversy the same way the fucking Breakfast Club just did. DJ Envy was closing it out, talking that bullshit, talking about Dame knows we're the only platform that supports him like this and will bring him up there. No, he's painted on the wall because of his viral type of content ability. And it just worked again. The winners are the Breakfast Club. That's the win of booking that interview. And the channel even shows it. The losers of it are the people that end up getting now into other side accusations, other people coming out being offended, exposing you, other lawsuits, you revealing things and speaking about things in their possible business ventures that makes people either move away, business ventures that people come out and expose you for, business ventures that may show you a hand for all these lawyers that's watching you that allegedly you may have judgments against you where they may still be tracking you down for money. The real person that suffers from that interview, despite him having all this ego to say, I need to go up there and prove my points, the real loser is you, Dame. The bigger picture effect, which is how smart people view things. And look at, last but not least, look at the title. Let me scroll up a little bit higher so y'all can see it. Look at the title. The title is Dame Dash defends his worth on the Breakfast Club. Responds to the broke claims, false teeth, and more. That's your agenda. That's the title. That's the vibe. You're up here to defend your ego, to defend your worth. People that really got it, they're not putting up tweets begging people to come on their platforms to argue like, no, I really do got it. They don't give a fuck if you think they got it or not. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z graduates to being a walking, looking like fucking Slick Rick to, if you know what this watch is, it might be a one-on-one $18 million watch. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to catch Eminem outside of a fucking Nike hat and a white t-shirt. Like, and I'm not saying that there's a lot of rich people that, you know, show lavish lifestyles. Well, and that's also part of the image. Think of like a Rick Ross, right? But I don't even gotta say rich people, wealthy people. They don't give a fuck if the me's of the world is down here saying, hey, Dame, I read an article. Are you broke? What? They don't give a fuck. Yet you're campaigning to prove that you're not. Buddy, you lost. You lost. And last but not least, before we transition over to the next topic, people, I just want to go back to Claudia Jordan's Instagram. No, not because I'm on some thirst shit and nothing like that. She is a beautiful woman, all jokes aside. But like, relax, everybody. That was for fun. I was joking earlier. All right. But if she DMs me back, I'm definitely gonna try to bring her on the show for y'all. Okay. But I looked at this clip, and the reason why I brought this up before is I wanted to see if she had anything in recent scrolling that I would see related to Dame Dash. I wanted to get a vibe for who she was. I didn't even know that she was like a pretty established actor. So this is why before the stream cut on, I went to her page. I clicked this trailer and I saw like, okay, she's got some good acting roles. She's not some flimsy, you know, I mean, she's been around. Like, she's pretty much an established name. Is she an A-list actor? No. That's why some of us in the chat said we don't know who she is. But she's getting work. She's getting a bunch of significant jobs on some acting shit. And if you could see, y'all notice this one is clicked, the one with Charlie Kirk. You could tell I clicked it. So that was right before the stream. And this was what also helped me catch a vibe of her. All right, I do that with people a lot, just from your Instagram. Your post could tell me a little bit about your character, your personality. Are you some industry hoe? Are you a worldly? Are you flamboyant? Are you a braggadocious person? So you see, I'm stopping all the jokes right now. And I can't make this up. You can see I clicked this before the stream cut on. Why would I click of all shit that I passed that you see, right? Why would I stop when I got to the Charlie Kirk one? Let's see what she's about. So Claudia as a person, just from my little investigative mind of reading people, I fuck with her.
Let me show you just how strong the white supremacy propaganda machine is. Do any of y'all remember this movie, World Trade Center, with Nicolas Cage in it? It was a real big deal because it was the first movie about the 9/11 tragedy. And of course, the movie is supposed to be based off of the actual events that happened that day. Well, according to the events that happened, there was a Marine that saved many lives and pulled people out of the wreckage, the rubble, from the World Trade Center buildings collapsing. And that Marine was very brave and valiant. He was an American hero. And in the movie World Trade Center, this is who they had to play the Marine. You can see him right there. Did y'all know that this is the actual Marine that was full of bravery and courage, that saved countless lives, that pulled people out of the wreckage and rubble? An American hero. But somehow Hollywood thought that it was best to portray this American hero, who is a black man, as a white man. See, America has a long-standing history of lying about who black people are. When black people are brave and valiant, when black people make inventions, when black people build an entire nation for you, you lie about who they are and you give those credits to your own people, to white people. And then you turn around and lie and make up statistics and make up false narratives about who black people are to fit your agenda, that you are the people that are good and right. When in all actuality, you have to lie about who we are and paint a false narrative. It wasn't blacks or Hispanics that took the life of Charlie Kirk. Whenever you think of 9/11, just remember they lied about who a hero was. They lied about everything else regarding black people.
Look at the caption. The last sentence to Claudia's post says, say his name, Jason Thomas. And I went and pulled up Jason Thomas' name in the background. And yes, that is what's reported for him. Hold on. Let me scroll up a little bit more. Where is he? I got the Claudia age one up here. Okay, noteworthy people called Jason Thomas. Jason L. Thomas, a former U.S. Marine who became known for his volunteer rescue efforts at Ground Zero after 9/11 attacks. He helped dig through rubble and find survivors, specifically 2 trapped Port Authority police officers. So you find them police officers and whatnot, you're going to get a badge of honor for that, right? And that's a beautiful thing. Now, should it matter? Should it matter whether it's a white man, a black man, a brown man, a Hispanic, Asian that's at 9/11 helping to find survivors in the midst of a tragedy? It shouldn't. But to see the movie come out like that, that's what makes people. And then they wonder why. Let me speak for me. Fuck the day. If you could read me over all these years, I tell y'all, like, I got friends from every span. My children are mixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got friends and family from all walks of life. I'll say it again. My children are mixed. I can't, even if that was in my heart, which it's never been, I can't be that type of guy. If y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I can't. I love everybody. But I don't love my son and my daughter. I love everybody. But when you walk through this country or you live enough years in this country as a black man or a black woman, and this is a teaching moment for my white folks and my white brothers and sisters out there. This is the type of thing that why I do see when y'all be out there and y'all be like Black Lives Matter and y'all march and y'all understand our plight. I love y'all. But there's a lot of y'all that just don't understand because it's like you got to be black to feel it. And I didn't know this about Jason Thomas. I didn't know it. And I saw this movie when it dropped. And then as a black man, maybe, I don't know, there's probably a white man out there right now that's seeing this and feels like, oh, that catches me off guard too, makes me feel away too. I hope it does. But it definitely makes me feel weird. Like, wow. You know what I mean? Now this was supposed to be like a transition off of Dame, even though the next topic isn't about Charlie Kirk or anything. But I guess the point that I really was, when I was going to her page, was let me see who she is with this back and forth between her and Dame. And when I read captions like that and I see posts like that on her page, do I expect that to, when I go to like Selena Powell's page, that Instagram hoe allegedly we brought up yesterday, that was she ended up getting arrested and allegedly involved in the stealing of G Herbo stuff because he didn't take her to the show, right? Allegedly, I'll still say, but the Instagram hoes of the world, right? Do you ever expect to go to their Instagrams and see a post like that? Never. You never will. It's not in their soul. It's not in their heart. It's not in their personality. It's not in their character. It's not in their mind. This Claudia Jordan girl, didn't know her from a can of paint until this morning. And I already fuck with her. So Dame. All right. Shout out to my Twitter. Shout out to Checks and Balances, of course. But I got added to this morning, like 20 minutes, but well, 6 hours ago was the app. But this morning, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the stream cut on, I saw my Twitter real quick. And I was like, oh, shit. Big update. We saw it coming, but it is now official. So Roger Jackson has now been arrested behind the attack or the assault. And I'll still say allegedly, right? Do I need to say allegedly? The assault at the wrestling event. Roger Jackson arrested for wrestling attack. Roger Jackson, the son of UFC legend Quentin Rampage Jackson, was arrested on Thursday, so that's yesterday, for brutally beating down a wrestler at an event late last month. TMZ Sports has learned the 25-year-old was taken into custody early in the morning and booked on a felony charge. Jail records show he's currently still behind bars, being held on a $50,000 bond. The arrest, of course, stems from the... All right, so we know all of that. I will say this, man. $50,000 bond, he's going to be out in a second. He might be out today, okay? He's lucky that he got a bond, all right? Might be his first offense. So despite how brutally heinous this is for a lot of people when they witnessed it and when they watched it, from a legal standpoint, he's now facing a felony charge, reports are, and $50,000 bond. And his father, if they not riffing, because we saw the reports of him saying, like, I haven't talked to him and I'm not fucking with him right now. I wasn't with that. I was like, this is your time to stand next to him. I know this is shitty for you right now, but this is the fatherhood side of things, But anyway, yeah, somebody's got to put up the $50,000 for him bond from his family or from his friends, right? But at least they played it the right way. The investigation was going to be the investigation. There was too much evidence right there in front of us from his own stream. That's what the fucking the DA had the whole time. So he was going to get charged eventually. It was just a matter of time. But the thing was, as far as how he played it, couldn't have played it any better. We never saw or heard a single word from Raja after the incident. I didn't. I saw his father a couple times. Never saw him. He was supposed to go under a rock or sit in that crib, not be caught on TMZ cameras, not dropping any statements, no tweets, no posts. Don't get agitated one day and drop some Instagram stories saying, you guys have no clue what happened. I was set up and the drunk guy hit me. None of that to inflame it, or things that could possibly be used against you when you do end up in court. He played it the right way. But the assault is the assault, and allegedly the charge, I should say, the assault charge, it was going to happen. It was going to happen. And so we'll see from now a legal level, because we were following it from a story level, but now from a legal level, it's a new ball game. All right, let's move on. Let's go to LeBron and Drake. I feel like this, even though it's in the middle of the stream, will probably be short for us. LeBron has asked if he's still cool with Drake. Hey, Drake, this is what we want from you. Just sit down with somebody that's going to, not Aiden Ross, not the little Bobby white girl in the bed. Sit down with somebody that's going to ask you a decent question. Just, hey, what's up with LeBron? Like anything you put, let me not call the man out of his name like that. Respectfully, I'm joking. But anyway, let's see how LeBron handled it.
Someone you have been friends with seemingly forever, Drake. Are y'all cool? What's the status there? Is this someone you always have love for?
Always wish him the best. Obviously, different places right now. Currently, he's doing his thing. I'm doing mine. But it's always love for sure.
We're not gonna sit here for 10 minutes, people, because where do you want me to go with that? Where do you want me to go with that? It's a perfect answer. LeBron has been media trained since he was like 17 years old. Okay. He's one of the worldwide celebrity image darlings. Wasn't that one of the DMs allegedly from Drake during that whole Fighting Irish thing about like, what if the world knew? Wasn't it all the lyrics, right? What if the world knew that, him and academics pretty much that was having that moment of like outing him. You cheat on your wife. You're not a golden guy. Like that's what it's all tied to. Like LeBron's image has been golden. And we should even give him praise for being this level of a celebrity. I'm talking about worldwide household people argue if you are better than Michael Jordan. And the fucking guy never got in no big trouble in front of us. Yeah, we got to hear about a Stephen A. Smith one day possibly trying to run for president. Shit, if you can fuck with Stephen A. Smith, why don't you just go ahead and give it to LeBron? I know y'all ain't gonna vote for him because you've seen him do so many post-interview game interviews with a do-rag on his shit. I know y'all ain't gonna do it, but all bullshit aside, it's the cleanest answer you could give. It's always gonna be all up, but his face, his forehead looks a little scrounged up there, right? His face got biting his nail a little bit. Only gave it 3 sentences, despite the depth of the relationship that they once had. Dude threw it like that. He said, seems like you guys been friends forever, right? He tried to make it like a big friendship, but LeBron gave a small friendship answer. right? Like, hey, he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. And Drake is doing his thing. I just saw a report of like 700 million something plus from his current tour earn. He's kicking ass. It's Drake. LeBron's out here, being LeBron. But extremely politically correct answer. It's also the type of answer that leaves the door open for you guys to hug it out one day later on. Yeah, hug it out. I'm not gonna go any further with that, okay? Drake, your turn. Let's look at your answer. Now, would it be some shit if they put the camera in front of LeBron's face and say, hey, so you and Drake used to be best buddies, man. Where do y'all stand now? He says, hey, man, it's always love for the guy, but he's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing, but it's always love, and that's it. And they put the camera on Drake, ask him the same question. Hey, you and LeBron always cool, man. You got the tattoos on you of him and shit. Like, what's up with y'all these days? And fuck that bitch ass nigga. He be cheating on Savannah. Yeah, I mean, his brought his son into the fucking league. His son don't even belong on the Lakers. When I see that nigga, it's up. Like, I'd love to see it. Fuck it. But all right, let's leave the bromance alone. All right, let's go to the baby. The baby. So seemed like the cancel wave might have been building up in his direction. It still might be, for all I know. But peep the caption. The baby faces backlash for releasing a music video reenacting the fatal stabbing of North Carolina and Ukrainian immigrant Ernia. I'm just going to say Z. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And rest in peace. I saw the real video to this. Disgusting. Despicable. It is a reminder that the devil exists. Okay? This was a disgusting moment in human history. And I know this shit happens in the world too much. But let's set that stage first and foremost. Disgusting. And it was so disgusting. Am I using the right words by saying that it's also become a little political? Am I missing the mark there? But it was disgusting, and no human should be treated like this. Okay, first and foremost. Look at some of these tweets. You are so disgusting for using a woman's brutal for your shitty ass music. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, song's fucking ass too. Do it or whatever that means. Okay, his whole team and label thought this was a good idea, by the way. Okay, dumbass okay, clout chasing off of someone's death is very low of you. Okay, that's why your career is done. Why the fuck would you do this? Engagement bait? Is that where we at? They doing engagement bait videos when your career is not doing too hot? Your marketing team must genuinely fucking hate you. Watch the full video, y'all. We will. Well, we will skim through it. Nigga, you may actually have the worst PR team known to man. Use the girl's death to talk about himself spending $4 million on royalty fees. Now, I haven't played all the lyrics. I hope he don't have those lyrics in the song. And it's consistent, y'all. Do I need to read through every single one? Vile. It's what a piece of
times. Zaruska then collapsed.
Let's go to his video. And obviously, because it's YouTube, I'm going to skim it and I'm not going to play too much of the audio. Here's the video. It's on his page, 11.2 million subscribers. The video appears to have been uploaded 2 days ago. It's number 3 on music trending chart. Okay. And it's currently got 1.1 million views. Come over here to the right. In my browser, I got an extension and that'll show you the thumbnail too and the trend of the video. You see, the thumbnail is a picture of the baby who's wearing the black hoodie, grabbing the hand of the attacker in the red hoodie. That's a positive thumbnail, right? Right? Now, you could change the thumbnail after. I don't know if they ever changed it, allegedly. Maybe it could have been something different. And then you see a lot of the backlash and then you change it. I don't know. But this is how the video starts.
This is video surveillance of the night. Irina Zarutska enters the blue line at the East-West Boulevard station stop. You can see she takes a seat directly in front of DeCarlos Brown, the suspect. At first, nothing seems unusual, but 4 minutes later, he pulls out what appears to be a pocket knife and suddenly stabs Zarutska multiple times. Zarutska then collapses. As Brown walks to the front car, takes off his sweater, and wraps his hand before exiting the train. Police arrested him on the platform shortly after.
All right, my bad. Let me mute the music. Okay, so this is just some of the visuals, and I'm not gonna play the whole thing. You know, the baby's on the train. This is obviously her getting on the train. The girl that was brutally attacked. So he's after the stream. I might play to see if there's any lyrics in here where he makes mistakes. So I don't know. I'm not gonna put that on right now. The man in the red hoodie right there obviously is acting as the attacker. Okay. And here is the woman in question, the victim. Okay. You know, I'm not going to narrate the whole thing. But there's not any other imagery that is disrespectful to me so far. Okay. You get through it. And I'm going to listen to the lyrics, y'all. I haven't yet. I'm going to listen to the lyrics. But the whole thing is building up to, all right, there goes the man right there with the joint in his hand. All right. This is all a build up. It's all pretty much contained in on the train, the scenes. All right. She's on her phone, minding her own business. And then here comes the alleged attack, and he grabs his hand to stop him. Okay. And he walks him off. She's still alive here. Her life is not taken now in the sense of this video. And he walks the man off the train, and there's authorities as well outside of the train. And she gets to go home that night based on a true story. And then even a depiction of all three of them, that's a very equality-based type of scene or shot right there, if you ask me. Her, him in the middle, as whatever you paint the baby as, and an attacker that obviously has some issues, some mental problems, was going through something, or just a piece of shit that's doing the devil's work. So whatever it is, this is almost like a togetherness shot to me, right? Okay. All right. The train. And then we're still in the video. I didn't switch nothing. I'm not on his Instagram, nothing. This is still within the video. In loving memory of Erna. And then a GoFundMe. Currently, at time of this video, when he put it in the video, it was over $400,000, which is beautiful for her and her family. The GoFundMe was there. It'd be dope also if he took a portion of this video or proceeds or maybe his own money as well and added it to the GoFundMe. But I'm not saying he would have to, because this could also be an awareness video. So without listening to the lyrics and being able to play them here on YouTube, people, do I have a problem with the video? No, but it's a sensitive topic that you got to know going in. You're going to have some people that's going to be upset. That's the issue. Because some people don't want to see it reenacted. And it's not like he did a full reenactment enough. It just went to the part of the stopping of the hand, you know? I don't have a problem with the baby for this one. I don't. If you're doing some people could say not everything is for your content or for your music. Go find something else to rap about. Go find something else, another video to shoot. That's the negative side, right? If it was one of mine who had that situation on the train, would I want to see the baby making a rap video about it? From what I've seen, I don't think I would be upset with him. Like, I'm trying to find the bads first before I go to the goods. I'm trying to find the bads without listening to the lyrics. What could be the bads? I guess the worst bad would be if you think the baby is clout chasing from just who he is as a man. All right. If you just look at him as somebody that you feel like, oh, here you go with one of your moves again to hop up in the algorithm, then you would have a problem with him, because there's also a lot of people that could do this video right here and they would get praised because of their reputation being different. The baby's reputation is like, especially you're already pissed off the LGBTQ, you're temporarily canceled then. I think his reputation with people is like in the middle, right? Somebody else does this video and they get embraced. Like, thank you for shedding light. Thank you for helping. Thank you for pushing positivity in such a disgusting moment. Thank you for sharing the GoFundMe to 1 million+ views of people. You just got to think that the baby has bad intentions or clout intentions by doing the video. That's the only bad I could come up with. And only he knows that, or you have a perception of him. Now, the good is what I was just narrating as we was watching it. You stop it. You show a parallel universe where she's still alive. You show unity between all three of you guys at the end. You show the GoFundMe. And if the lyrics are matching of that, this is a piece of shit moment in human history, there's good here. So when I first saw the cancellation shit and I just saw like the picture of it, I was just like, baby, what are you doing? But when I watch it, I don't have a problem with it, man. I don't have a problem with it. Read the lyrics, ARP. I will. That's the last piece that I'm gonna do. I just can't play it together with us here live because it's on YouTube. I formulate a lot of my streams 10 minutes before they cut on. So we're news delivery, and I do a lot of shit live with y'all. Now that y'all see, I skim things, I glance at things. So I'll be like, okay, good news, official news, real news. We'll bring it to the stream and I'll unfold it live. So I will listen to the lyrics. Yes, I will, Don Bean. ARP, you should start pulling people up. I'll be having some stuff to say on these topics. Yeah, I will start bringing people up, especially members, and especially people that I see consistently to chat that I know you're not going to come up and ruin the stream, because you ever see like them old radio call-in days, people just be so clouded that like, oh, I'm on. Oh, fuck you and your kids. It was like, fucking trolls, hang up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Don Bean. So it's like, but no, I'm with you. I'm gonna leave it there, man. We'll move on, man. I don't see the cancellation big problem unless I go hear the lyrics and there's something else there. And I'll do that after the stream. Okay. That's my only disclaimer. And rest in peace once again. Disgusting moment in human history. Okay. Let's go to battle rap news. The battle rap news segment today will be short, but this is bugged out. This is sad to see as well. Easy to Block Captain put this particular one up, but it was everywhere. Everybody was posting this free twerk, and I'll say the same free twerk. Nujersey Twork arrested for obtain property false pretense days before Summer Madness. I don't know what that is. If y'all wanted me to try to, once again, I do everything live with y'all. If y'all wanted me to try to look at a general description of what that is, obtain property false pretense. What is the charge of? Let me come back to it. My bad. I'm just like Claudia, my memory. So I gotta tell the truth. Oh, that was a bar, ARP. Obtain property false pretense. Obtain property false pretense. What is the charge of obtain property false pretense involving? I'll put. I don't know. I never heard it before. It sounds almost like possession of stolen goods type of shit, but I don't know. I don't want to assume. The charge of obtaining property by false pretenses involves intentionally deceiving someone in order to unlawfully acquire their money, property, or something of value. It is a fraud-related criminal charge similar to theft, but instead of physically stealing something, the suspect uses lies or misleading claims to trick someone into giving it up voluntarily. Legal definition: obtaining property by false pretenses means knowingly making a false representation of a present or past fact with intent to deceive, to cause someone else to voluntarily give up money, goods, services, or property, and the accused actually receives the items as a result. Okay, that adds a little bit of context. Of course, we don't know what it actually is for Twork though, but it adds context to when people's gonna start turning their wheels. Because when I saw this, I believe he was en route, they were saying, to London for his battle versus Lux this weekend. So me, I was just like, is it something travel related? Like, is it his passport or like I was, you know? It didn't sound like anything that he got into en route, like no fight at an airport, nothing like it didn't sound like nothing, didn't get stopped and then caught like, yo, look what's in your bag. We got you. Like it didn't seem like none of that when you see the title of the charge, right? So now that we read it, I'm not one to just create shit on people, so I'm not saying for Twork at all. But imagine if this was like related to a previous battle. I'm making this up right now. Like I'm thinking about it right now. They would say this is the first time of somebody going to the cops over a rap battle, like a league owner or something. Like I don't want to over speculate, but when I read the definition, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave the charge alone. I don't want to over speculate. You know, I'm pretty sure people around Twork. Hell, I could even maybe text Anwar today. Shout out to Anwar. Shout out to Twork. Shout out to all his friends and his family. Hopefully I get him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna speculate. I'm not gonna over speculate, but we read it at least what they grabbed him for. Now, I will say the priority is always, man, somebody is in jail. That matters the most. So don't nobody twist my fucking words. But now on the battle rap side, which is what a lot of y'all motherfuckers is tweeting and blogging. A lot of y'all concerned about your battle. That's a lot of y'all don't give a fuck about Twork. I see it. A lot of y'all care about, well, are we gonna see him in Lux still? That's what y'all care about the most. And some of y'all don't know him, not his associate, not his friend. That's the reason why you follow him. So I guess it's okay for some of y'all to feel like that. But let me just give y'all the reaction from like a league owner. This is like a night. This is like one of your worst nightmares. Losing a battle, period, last minute is always, I've been in those shoes, right? But losing your main event, and then not just your main event, one of the biggest main events of the year. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. I don't know. Y'all put in the chat, has URL made a statement, a public statement yet? They should have, or they should. Chat is telling me go on DNA Tooth's, what is Instagram? Wow, what's on DNA Tooth's Instagram? Let me try to find it on Google real quick. DNA Tooth Instagram. What is it like? King D. I see his Twitter a lot, but I don't know his Instagram offhand. Instagram. Let me try to Google it. King DNA Tooth, is that it? What are y'all trying to send me to? Oh, it didn't come up for some reason. The hell? When I clicked it, my screen fucked up for some reason when I clicked into it. Is it King DNA Tooth? When I'm clicking it, my shit is fucking up for some reason. I don't know. Is his page having a problem? Let me pull up my Instagram. And then I'll try to search. I'm gonna come back to this. When I log into my Instagram, the first video that popped up, because we follow each other, is Hitman at Mercedes. Since I'm on the battle rap topic, I'll add that. And I'm gonna troll the shit out of Holla in a second. So now we got 3 battle rap topics. You see what I mean by doing this live with y'all? You know what? I'll do it in front of y'all. I'm gonna do it in front of y'all. Let me take down this Twork one and let me bring up my Instagram. This is what I see. I tell no lies, man. I logged onto the Instagram because I was gonna try to search DNA Tooth shit, and this was at the top of my wall. But okay, y'all saying go to DNA Tooth, DNA Tooth. It'll come up like that. Is it this one? It's like, look at it, all these shits. Is it this? Chat, I don't know what y'all trying to send me to go to. Okay. Shout out to Jay. Jay says Froze said he was released on an unsecured bond. That's good for him. Okay, go to Piper Boy's joint from last night. All right, so if he's out, then I don't need to go to anybody's page. Man, it says Twitter. Oh, DNF2's Twitter. But he's out. So what am I gonna find? What are we looking for? I'll still do what you're telling me. DNA tooth. How am I gonna find this one? I think. Okay. What are you trying to show me? Oh, this is what y'all trying to show me. Okay. Allegedly, the real reason why Nujersey Twork was arrested. On or about the date of offense. I fuck with Twork, so I'm being. This is my battle rap bias that I be telling y'all about. That's why I'm not reading it out loud. What the answer? Yeah, I'm a fullback. I fuck with Twork, man. So I'm a fullback. I don't know how legitimate that is, but I see what y'all chat. I see what you're telling me. Okay. I'll look at it later, but this is what I warned y'all. I have a battle rap bias, y'all. I have a battle rap, some of y'all don't even know. I exercised it a lot in yesterday's stream for Coffee Brown. I don't know if you could tell the way I was talking was very natural as always, but I was very reserved in my Coffee Brown take yesterday because I turned things down a little bit for battle rap. You know what I'm saying? And me and Coffee was here. She DM'd me yesterday about some stuff. That's private though. All right, so let me leave that alone. They're saying that he's out. So if he's out and if he could travel, I'll go to Hitman second. We'll go to something else third. If he could travel, then battle on. I will be watching it. And let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll keep my eye on social media today because I'm a fan of Lux and Twork. I want to see the battle. So we'll see. All right. Now we're over at Hitman's page since he randomly popped up when I logged in. Let me switch to the. So this fucker Holla. We jumped on the phone yesterday. And he's like, yeah, I'm just at Mercedes real quick. And then the way I kept talking, it was just like, yeah, because such and such, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I went to the supermarket. I'm just making shit up. Supermarket, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Milk is real expensive right now. And eggs is up and all that. And then we both laugh. Like I laugh about it because it's like I had to hit the pause button and hold up, rewind the tape for a second. What are you doing right now? We said it so casual as if it was like a barbershop. Like, yeah, I'm just a Mercedes. I was just like, yeah, I had to go over there. Man, they hit me over the head when I had to service my boom, boom, boom the other last week or whatever. Wait, hold on. Wait, stop. What are you doing? Are you doing what you do after every fucking event? He's like, yeah. I'm like, which one? He's like, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, hold on, let me call you right back. Because he's on iPhone, I'm on Android. So he calls me on IG, the FaceTime or the video shit. And he showed me while he's walking in, he shows me the joint. And I was like, oh, a matte GLE AMG with red guts.
Yeah, give me that one right now. Absolutely.
That one right there. Get the fuck out of here. With little man with you? You got little man with you too? Oh, you try to like what? Teach him how to do this or something? Yo, I'm gonna tell you why this nigga's a fucking weirdo. It's either a weirdo or you getting too comfortable with trying to buy a new Mercedes after every single event. And he does. He shows it after every event. One of them, like he got on his gram, he named it Rare Breeds and shit. Like, but you're there in slippers. I've never went to a dealer in shorts and slippers. That's too comfortable. They're gonna be mad at you for this. You might get sued for this video. The haters are they on your heels, but you look too comfortable. You look too much like I do this every time I battle. Like some Nike slippers on, I might start hating on the guy. Chat, let's all just start hating on Holla. Fuck it. Fuck it. I might as well just join in, just hate on the guy. Fuck it. He never walked into a dealer and looked them in the face and yelled, "Give me that one." And who's he? He's taking shots. And the Bowie motherfucker does the same shit every fucking event, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why I like pulling up, the AMG dual exhaust. That's so nasty. I'm gonna tell you why I love bringing up videos like this, man, because if you're not a hater, let's be serious. If you look out into the world and you see inspiration, that's why I follow those luxury Instagram videos that we bring up sometimes, in the mansions and the cars, and like it's aspirations, it's motivational. I never look at another man and see something that makes me feel like fuck. It's always motivation. It's like, oh, that's dope. You know what? Now that I'm thinking, I need to try to do that too. Or maybe it's my turn to do that. Or I might even make a call. Yo, how did you do that? How did you get that? How'd you buy that? You know, how'd you end up in that spot? How'd you land that deal? You know, the exchanging of advice. It's what type of person you are, where your soul, your heart, and your mind goes when you see good or successful things, you know? And I think this is dope. And so shout out to Holla once again, treating himself to another toy after a battle. That's fire. Red interior on that one. What they saying in the comments? A Wood says, "Hey man, just grab me a Chevy Cruze or something." I'm with you, A Wood. Cinnamon is in here with the fire. Who else is in here that we know? Nitty's in here with the fire. You see, that's how it's supposed to be. No hate, man. Don't hate. Hate on anybody. Who else is in here that we know? I don't know some of these people. I'm trying to see names that stand out from the battle rap culture. I don't know. I don't see anybody else that we recognize right now. Guy got a foul. Here goes TBL. Let me see what TBL said. I definitely should be able to drive it. He's like, nigga, the event just ended and you got your back end from me. Can I at least, you know what I'm saying? The fuck? As a TBL is probably buying 5 of these bitches right now, too. You didn't hear that from me, though. You didn't hear that from me, y'all. All right, let me add a comment, too. Where's my throw up emoji? Where is it? Where's the throw up emoji? Let me find it. I don't care about the most popular. Where's my throw up emoji? Here we go. Here goes my throw up emoji. Cause niggas be sick behind shit like that. But then you gotta put a laughing emoji because you know why niggas is sick. And then I'm just gonna put Khaled voice. And after the Khaled voice, this is my reality check emoji to close it out. See, I can say so much with just a little term and 3 emojis. And if you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. Okay? Sick laughing. Khaled voice. All right. Third battle rap topic. Let's jump off of that one. What do we got next? All right. So some of y'all asked me in the chat, did I see? And I typed in the chat to y'all, yes, I seen it. And here it is. This is what y'all was just talking about. Oh, here goes StreamYard again. Playing games. What in the? Hold on one second. I know y'all good on the screen, but it's shitty right now for me. StreamYard is bugging out with the UI again. Okay. Serious Jones exposes Head Ice alleged paperwork with nasty charges from 2009 with offenses involving an underage person in which Head Ice was found guilty. Was found guilty? Because I know a lot of times people be like, charges, and rightfully so, innocent until proven guilty factor. Then you got the whole charges is not an indictment, or not indictment. It's not a verdict. Charges are charges. People catch charges for anything. That's all true. Somebody could lie on you. That's true. But I did not know this word was here earlier when I pulled this up. This was found guilty. Let me see what Jones was saying.
Okay, date of birth, 1977, 48 years old. And look at the address, people. Drew Hamilton Project.
Can I skip that a little bit? I mean, it's there regardless, right? It's too late. My bad. I mean, and it's already all right. All right, just play.
60. Okay, that's him. That's him. 48 male Drew Hamilton. Ain't nobody named me exactly. Okay, that's him. Is he a sex offender? It says no right here on this one, right? But look at this. Misdemeanor, Virginia Beach, guilty to marijuana. Okay, what is this in Astula, Ohio County? 2009, 5/27. Status of the case closed. Let's look at what the case is, people. What is the case? Offenses involving an underage person. Read it.
Let me Google that for y'all. What is the difference? It's probably going to be a bunch of different possibilities, but what is the difference between a closed case and a guilty verdict? And I already know the answer, but I want to get the multiple possibilities that I know that comes along with it. All right, a closed case simply means the legal process is finished. We know that, duh. It's no longer active or being investigated. Okay, duh. A case can be closed for many different reasons. This is what I want to read for y'all. Not just because someone was found guilty. Okay, common reasons for a case might be closed. A guilty verdict, trial concluded, so it is possible. A not guilty verdict, it's possible on the opposite side. A case was dismissed due to lack of evidence, procedural issues, or other legal reasons. The defendant took a plea deal, which people would then say, well, give me that paperwork. You know how it is on the internet. The case was dropped by the prosecutor. The suspect was not identified or found, and the statute of limitations expired. So this is why I knew there's multiple reasons why the closed thing could go to Head Ice or to Serious Jones. All right, I just wanted to keep it 1,000 with y'all. Make sure that I'm being responsible, you know? So, all right, but let's continue to see what Jones is saying.
DNA 2. What you was doing with an underage person, Ice? What offense did you catch with an underage person, Ice? We didn't even know about this one.
Yo, Jones is they say there's a couple of people on the internet you don't want to get into it with, right? I know some people say that about me. I don't want that reputation anymore. I ain't for nothing. I ain't on nothing. But Jones he's gonna make the time. He's gonna make the time. He's gonna go to your building. He's gonna make the song. He's gonna go to your block. He gonna I'll ask the chat. Real shit. This might not be an easy question for y'all. If you're Head Ice, what do you do right now? Because I ain't gonna speak on this too much more right now. I'm gonna keep my thoughts spinning in my head to myself. If you're Ice, what do you do? I'm gonna let y'all close this one out. I know there's a delay for me right here, sitting here in my room, saying it to going over the internet lines and reaching y'all still live. It's like a 10-second delay. That's why when I ask questions, sometimes the chat takes a second, people. If you ever watch it on the playback and realize, like, what's this delay about? All right. Free Money TV says, tuck tail if I'm Ice. Okay. The nefarious one, our member says he has to pull up all the paperwork. Okay. Between Rounds TV says, say something. Okay. Butter and Pumpkin, our member, says Head Ice has to say something. Jones has been nonstop every day. Oof. Okay. Kay says the offense could be anything. It simply says an offense with a minor. Okay. Jerome Johnson, our member, says, gotta address this, Ice, expeditiously. Okay. Between Rounds TV says, get to explaining, our member. All right. Sniper, our member, says, do whatever you can to fight it. Not really sure. Okay. I like this answer right here. Mr. Relly Rel said, tell the truth. Whatever you say, if you say whatever. Yeah. Okay. Magnus says he got to address this head on. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. I'll do one more. There's the next one that came in. I ain't got no pics in the chat. Victor Peace from the chat says Head Ice needs to clear this up. Okay. All right, I'm gonna move on. And there once again goes my battle rap bias. Yesterday I gave some to Coffee, and she knows that because we was DMing about it. I gave some Twork, I gave some to Head Ice, gave some to Serious Jones. If I hate you from battle rap, 15 days, 50 nights type shit, I'll treat you like I do the rest of these celebrities. You see how I attacked Cameron yesterday? It was no disrespect. It was how many times I've been on these streams sticking up for Cameron. Sometimes I'm going to be like that for battle rap topics. Other times I'm going to be more chill, man. I just don't want to be labeled that type of guy. You know, like, oh, here, and he knows all of us. He's got all of our secrets and screenshots and videos and contracts and all that. So now he can expose all of us and shit. Nah, man. So, and some of these guys actually are, and ladies actually are cool. You know what I'm saying? Some of them. And a couple handful, maybe one or two handfuls, I really fuck with some people. I really have a couple friends from battle rap too. A couple. I mean, but damn. All right. Let's go to some reactions from the Jimmy Kimmel suspension. All right. See what people talking about with that. Actually, I want to take this screen. Yo, here y'all go with y'all UI issues again. Stream y'all, get y'all shit together.
Jimmy Kimmel, they're trying to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. I'm sure you've heard the news by now, but I've been going through the internet looking for the clips to see what they're mad or upset about, and I can't find it. I can't find it. The one that they have on there, I don't see where that's even controversial. The guy's a comedian. This is the same party, the same group of people who complained about everything is too woke. Comedians can't say anything anymore. They're killing comedy. The folks who are complaining about killing comedy are killing comedy. The folks who are complaining about canceling people are canceling people. What does that tell you? That they don't believe in anything that they're saying, that they've said, that they have no core. All it is if it doesn't fit their particular ideology or belief, then they don't want to hear it. And that's the moment that we're in now. This is a very dangerous and scary moment for America. This should send a chill or a shiver up every American's spine, regardless if they're Democrat or Republican. This is some scary shit. We don't want people ratting out people who are saying things that they don't agree with, or saying things that they deem to be negative about the sad and tragic death of Charlie Kirk. That's like, to me, it reminds me of back in the day when you had to like rat people out because you believe that they belong to a certain political party. I thought America was beyond that. I guess we're going back to that time now.
What's this from Plies? They made Jimmy Kimmel words more offensive than the guy who went around being controversial. This is the same thing they did to Colin Kaepernick. They made his protest be about what they wanted it to be about. They've mastered being the victim of villainizing everyone else. As comedic as Plies could be, good take. Good take, Plies. Good take. What's this one? Ben Stiller, this isn't right. Oh, this was the Donald Trump one that we posted yesterday, or we covered yesterday. Man. Spooky times, people. It's Barack. What did Barack say? After years of complaining about cancel culture, the current administration has taken it to a new and dangerous level by routinely threatening regulatory action against media companies unless they muzzle or fire reporters and commentators it doesn't like. As much as I'm not a political guy, and it's not because he's black, but I did like Barack the best. You know, Clinton, he was cool. He was cool too. But, oh, man, this is precisely the kind of government coercion that the First Amendment was designed to prevent. And media companies need to start standing up rather than capitulating to it. Yeah. Good shit, Brock. Good takes. Okay. Damn. This shit really is spooky, though. When you think about it like this. All right, what else we got? All right. That's for anybody who doesn't know, I stand for and ride with my First Amendment right. Yeah, a lot of people ain't fucking with this, man. Let's free Jimmy. This is insane shit. This is insane shit. What is this? Is this after his suspension? Let me see this footage right here.
Thank you. That's great to see, man. Thank you. So we got Jimmy Kimmel, the great right here, always doing great things out here in LA. He got great purpose, especially at these fires. He's gonna change the world because he got great energy.
Yeah, I do. That's true. I really. Thank you.
That's great to see, man. Thank you.
My dad worked at the Trump. I've never told you this story. My dad worked at a Trump building in New York. And every morning, my dad was a waiter. Every morning, he served Fred Trump, Donald Trump's father, breakfast. Every morning.
Entonces él viene de Brooklyn, New York, y dice que su papá trabajó en la torre de Trump en Nueva York, y su papá fue mesero, y entonces tuvo que servirle al papá de...
Speaking engagement. Okay, we'll go through that one. We got to get to this before we do a little bit of reaction. Stephen A. Now, wherever I'm going to go with this one, you guys know we shouldn't be shocked, right? You guys know that already.
Only thing that I would say as it pertains to Jimmy Kimmel was, where was the joke? Because you're a late night host. And obviously that has a comedic attachment to it. Where was the joke? Obviously it wasn't anything funny about that. The only thing that I would say as it pertains to Jimmy Kimmel was, where was the joke? Because you're a late night host. And obviously that has a comedic attachment to it. Where was the joke?
You fucking idiot. How dare you say where was the joke? I'm not even talking about your difference of opinion that some of us may share with you right now, Stephen A. I'm calling you an idiot because that really is a stupid question. If you want to treat it literal, let's not make a rhetorical question. Let me take that literal. Where was the joke? So, hip hop fans, every bar has a punchline. Battle rap fans, every bar has a punchline. Every joke has an absolute, regular, normal, standard, crafted punchline. No. Sometimes the joke is even in the delivery or the sarcasm of it. The whole sketch of it was produced as a joke. The sarcasm was the joke. It says, yes. Remember, I'm gonna try to freestyle what the skit was. When Jimmy's up there, he's like, so in other news, we had Donald Trump and we bumped into him on the street, and we had the opportunity to ask him, hey man, how you feeling about the loss of your friend, Charlie Kirk? And let's check it out. And then it cut to him saying, who, Charlie Kirk? Yeah, man, very, very sad. But we got this construction development over here and it's going very, very well. And look how it's looking. We're doing great. And then it cuts back to me and I go, so as you guys see, it's like third or fourth on his list of, priorities, but this has got to be the fourth stage of him grieving. That's what Jimmy, that's the joke. Even the sarcasm, did you not get it, Stephen A. Smith, when he says this must be the third or the fourth level of grieving? That's the joke. That's the double, triple, and quadruple meaning. So I know you're smart enough to understand that, but it's either I got to call you stupid for missing the clear-cut joke, or you have your own agenda with saying something that is so obvious to the rest of us. It was a joke. Now, you can argue if you like the joke. You can argue if you feel like it's in poor taste. You can argue those things, right? But Stephen A., this is why people call you fake. Now, for you, the way that you go about your public presentation, your career, I've said before, I salute the guy, man. I define him as like a ladder climber. The guy that says statements like, I wake up in the morning and try to figure out how to make my bosses more money. I understand the mentality of, hey, at the end of the day, everybody's got somebody above them. If I make them happy, but then you have the whole perception of you to be the person that Shannon Sharp has the initial allegations come out and you go on your own personal program and you pretty much throw him under the bus, right? Your friend. And you did good things for Shannon. You're the one that brought him over to your show, right? But it's still the whole, it's not like a slavery thing. That's way too strong of a word for me to use. But I'm trying to place the right word of it. It's kind of like here's another one that I'm not supposed to use. It don't work neither. Uncle Tom. That don't work neither. But damn, what the fuck is he behind the scenes? Like, you guys get the point, right? Did I just do that on purpose for y'all or not? Y'all figure it out. Point being, man, it's like your agendas and the shit that you do and you say publicly, we see through it. And it looks like you pander too much to certain people. And when I say certain people, it's not just only trying to apply like a race thing. It could simply be levels as well, pandering. But there's a such thing as over pandering. Sometimes that just comes off like being a kiss ass, and nobody likes a kiss ass. But over pandering automatically steps on one's principles. Okay? It's one thing for me to laugh at your joke because we're all in a room. At the end of the day, you're my check cutter, and I don't want to make it uncomfortable. You said a joke that was corny. Ha, you crazy. Pandering to a degree, I guess, right? But hell, in our world, there's even a whole nother level. You want to hear what it is? Dick sucking. And dude, sometimes, respectfully, stop right there. Just quit while you're ahead, ARP. Let me stop. Let me stop, man. I'm going too far. Let's move on to David. I'm trying, people. I'm trying. I don't want us to get in trouble either. All right. Nose up in the air. I see y'all. Free Money TV says he's all of that. Gosh X says nose all up in the air. Hey, not my words. The official says the token black guy. Hey, not my words, people. Not my words. I don't know none of these people from the chat. Matter of fact, where y'all come from? How'd I get here? Come on. Stop. Let's move on for real. Updates with Davis case and investigation. It just gets worse and worse for him. Once they put him in association with Celeste, right? Rest in peace. You become if not the primary suspect. LAPD homicide detectives searched a house tied to David and his manager. Investigators leave with a computer and several evidence bags. That was a little Apple computer joint. A dozen LAPD investigators took a computer and other items from a Hollywood home. Police spent hours at the home on whatever that address is, placing several evidence bags into an SUV, but they wouldn't say it or how it was connected to the Tesla. Of course, they're not going to say it. What do you want, the media and the press out there getting all the information about the investigation? Yeah, they're in there doing their job. They ain't there to talk to y'all yet. They might leak some shit to TMZ eventually if they haven't already, but several homeowners say they remember seeing that distinct Tesla for a while. First parked in front of the house police searched, then at two different spots on the street. Yeah, so whatever you got in your crib, man, any digital footprints, computers, all that type of stuff, they now have it. You know what I'm saying? Will we get a report of 1,000 bottles of baby oil? You never know. And I'm saying this not to be funny about Shorty's life, of course, but this guy, it's mounting up for you. Am I saying guilty yet? Of course not. Of course not. This got a long way to go. Don't know full ties yet. We all want to know. But it's get worse and worse for you. I'll say that.
The body found inside the trunk of an abandoned Tesla registered to the singer David has been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. The teen was reported a runaway and missing out of Lake Elsinore nearly a year and a half ago. Tonight, a house close to where that Tesla was abandoned was searched. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo is there live now in Hollywood with more. Tim.
And Mark, those CSI investigators literally just left the scene about 10, 15 minutes ago. The police tape finally came off and we were able to come a little bit closer to this house. Now, we don't know at this point what exactly those detectives were looking for, what they got out of that house. We saw them pull evidence and put it into an SUV, essentially where I'm standing right now. We don't even know why they were here in the first place, but this house just happens to be literally feet away from where that Tesla was found. A dozen LAPD investigators took a computer and other items from this Hollywood home just a block away from where an abandoned Tesla was found with a dead teenager in the trunk. Police spent hours at the home on Dehaney Place, placing
the body found in.
Now, the internet continues to do their side of detective work. I think at this point, it's pretty much already established that Celeste and David had some type of relationship or knew each other, right? There's reports of them being together, a couple, matching tattoos. Reports came out, and the internet does what the internet does. Like, look at this. Alleged footage has resurfaced showing Celeste are backstage with David's brother after David's show on June 27, 2024. Uh-oh, don't bring his brother enters the chat. You never know. You never know.
The girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes.
Another one, of course, that's going around is I think from July this year while he was on tour. David reportedly brings a casket, a wreath, and a notepad with a pencil for people to write letters to the deceased during his shows while on tour. Why? Why? If it was done for a totally different reason, for the public, it ain't gonna matter now. But why?
Now, why the fuck would the artist do that?
Same question.
I love you from the afterlife.
I love you from the afterlife. David is really throwing funerals at his shows, pallbearers and all. What the fuck? Why? Chat, is he like a, I don't know his music. I didn't know him until his investigation started. Is he like a, does he have like a gothic-y vibe to him? I seen him with the painted nails in the video we just had up. Is he like a gothic-y type of person? You know, like you know, y'all know what I mean, right? What is that world other than gothic? Y'all know what I mean. Is he that type of artist? The darker vampirist type of strapped up from the chat says yes he is. Okay. Yeah, me neither. I never heard him neither, but emo. That's the second word I was looking for. Yes. Is he an emo gothic-y type of artist? That's the one I was looking for. Thank you, Mo. I wasn't gonna ask this. I hope not. But emo. First time I heard. Yeah, a lot of our chat hasn't heard this guy. He's like 20 years old, right? 21, 20 years old, something like that. That's because my chat is a little bit older, man. We don't know this little young guy, man. And if his music ain't connecting or catching on with our age bracket, we don't know this kid. It's like punk rock emo. Yeah, that's why we don't know him or didn't know him. Punk rock emo. Ain't nobody listening to that shit over here. What the fuck is punk rock emo? What the fuck is Fortnite? I'll go there too. Anybody playing Fortnite? Neither. Is it Fortnite? I think I read that that's one of the ways he got popular. And his mother said, if you're gonna be making songs for Fortnite and they're gonna be taking them down, and then that birthed him as a musician. I think I read some of that. But yeah, that dude a baby. Yeah, we don't know this nigga. we ain't supposed to know this little nigga. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? If I came on here on a random stream, like, yo, that David, y'all be like, hey, ARP, did you find a time machine? Did you find like the fountain of youth? Did you like just shave 15 years off your age or something? What the fuck? Why you know this shit, ARP? I don't know this shit. All right, emo punk rock guy. I see y'all saying cool, but yeah, the bringing of a casket to your shows is different, buddy. the internet's going to keep doing what the internet does. This was almost like a day-by-day type of news updates for him at this point, so we'll keep track. All right, very, very short, speedy news segment moments. This was funny from Woody. Check this out.
Okay, so I know you said you kind of moved on from this stuff and all that, but in your opinion, who do you think snitched more, Thug or Gunna?
Thug.
Why?
Because Gunna didn't talk to the police. Gunna just said, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And if everybody in the world in Gunna's position would have said, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, including Thug.
That's the only question. Okay, so.
While he's wearing a Young Thug t-shirt, y'all. Yo, Woody, man. And you know, questions like this are like semi-staged. Like he probably knows he's going to be asked a question like this. But hey, these 20v1 things, whatever, they're getting all that content. The Young Thug and the YSL stuff is hot. It is what it is. He's out here making his bag off of it too. You know? I'm going to leave it there, man. I'm going to leave it there. What do we got with this one? So, the T Hood story, we covered a bunch, right? This seems to be the closure of it. Kirk Frost and Rashida's son not charged with the murder of Atlanta rapper T Hood after cops ruled it was self-defense. So this was the young man right here on the right, light-skinned kid or guy. And of course, in the lower left, T Hood here that lost his life in that tragic night. You had to be there to know exactly what happened, people. All right. But it's the witnesses' jobs, the detectives' jobs, the people involved jobs, and all that for them to put it together and come to what you hope to be the correct conclusion. All right. Authorities say T Hood was the primary aggressor that night, initiating a fight with Kai and pulling a firearm, which led to the fatal shooting. Now, the only thing that would make me upset if I was T Hood's family in this scenario is if it's a scenario where you came to me, because that's almost like a premeditated thing. So let's say hypothetically, if you got a call or a text message because your sister has something going on with her, he was painted as an abusive man, respectfully, allegedly as well. But that video came out of him into it physically with his girl, right? We saw the video. So allegedly, if your brother or your friend or your family member pops up in your defense, that's what I would take issue with if I was the family of T Hood, that this man came to the situation with a gun. That's building in a situation that could end up deadly, right? Like I'm talking about legally, the whole premeditated thing. And why were you there in the first place? Well, I popped up because I got a call that there was some stuff going on. So you came with a problem then, right? Or you came to address a problem. Maybe that's the right way to put it. All allegedly. I'm just saying what put him there in the first place. That's the only issue I would have. But it could also be on the other side of the coin, whether I came there to address an issue or whether I popped up there or not. It could be in my rights based on the state that I'm in to be carrying a gun for my own protection, regardless whether I was coming for a problem or not. Maybe I just happen to be carrying a gun because that's what I do every day. Because I live in Texas or I live in Georgia, or I live in Florida or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be fair. Let's see some of the comments. It's not good lawyers. It's not connections. It's not money. It's Georgia laws. You can legally kill someone if it's in defense of someone who is unable to defend themselves. Gun laws. That's a comment that's there. Remember, people, when you read stuff like this, regardless of where you live, don't ever take this to the T. You will sit in front of the jury and the devil will still be in the detail. Okay? So be careful trying to take this as advice, people. Next one says, when you have money and fame, different laws apply. I don't think that that's what happened here. I don't follow it. None of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say they don't have money or fame like that, but I don't think that that's what it is. I think they wanted the authorities are going to come out with whatever outcome they wanted to come out with this one based on their own investigations. This one says God is good. This one says, damn, he got lucky, but his sis need to pick better men from now. Ooh. This one says, y'all act like he wasn't beating that girl. Shake him up. Oh, I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. Rest in peace. But that's the conclusion. That's the outcome of this situation. Self-defense. Just remember, people, self-defense doesn't always go that way. Be careful out there. You're really only supposed to invoke or apply deadly force in what you deem are deadly or those type of violent situations. They damn near want you to walk away. I mean, it's a stand your ground state, Georgia, but you'll be called questions for certain shit like that. Like, well, you're in the car. Why didn't you pull off? Why did you get out and push forward? All of that will be questioned and investigated. So be careful, people. Be careful. All right, last but not least, this was just a funny one that I thought from one of our Checks and Balance members. Shout out to Joe Dirt, man. I thought this was funny, yo. Blue face. He look like he hate the world. So look at his face. Answers the chat. Come on, man. Pick your pants up, son, man. Come on.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! God have mercy upon us.
Niggas put their hands up. Yeah, he took his shiesty off. He's tucking his chain. Yeah, what if Cam put some shit like that on? You better not have the above the knee shorts or with some furry shoes on, nigga. Respectfully, man. It's just a funny video, people. Don't get mad at me, man. It's just a funny video. All right, look, let me put it on just for video reference. Look, people are laughing, okay? Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. Don't get mad at me, okay? People are laughing. We're just here on a Friday morning having fun, okay? I don't want to get in trouble. All right, let's go to supers and members activity. What do we got? Thank you for the gift on the channel, Cotton. That was at 5:48 a.m. 12 minutes before we went live. Already a gift came out on the table. Thank you, homie. Let's see if somebody caught that we see here. Nikita says, like, share, and join. Green team, absolutely. Y'all better. That was at 6:18. Thank you, hon. We got FTH Smitty, ARP in the chat. Gotta be playback gang today. Like I told y'all as well, I gotta add some more members now that we're doing a little bit of politics. Nikita, did you DM me before? I get so many shots. I delete my DMs. I go through deleting DMs almost on a 3-hour interval every day, you know. Nikita, hit me up if you haven't. I need more mods for the moment. We'll probably put about 3 people in addition. I've seen some even regular comments on the channel, not just in the lives. And even my Twitter, I see like politics is a different game. So, you know, I gotta reinforce y'all a little bit. Mods have been doing an excellent job. But you political fans out there in viewership scare the shit out of me. All right, we got Jay out here with a super 7-Eleven at 6:26. You know, the first thing that rings my mind for a 7-Eleven, right, is the actual store. But 7-Eleven, you got me again. Thank you for the emojis, though, love. You got me again. DM me what the hell that one is, man. Fuck. Cotton, who's been a member for 2 months, says 2 people never beef with is Cameron and ARP. I'll put a bunch of people before me. 50 Cent is one of them guys you're gonna have hell with. Who else you gonna have? There's a lot of people gonna have hell with. Academics could be bad too, depending on who he's going back and forth with. Freddie Gibbs, that's bad. Meek Mill's camp got to the point where they tried to settle it between Meek Mill and academics. P from QCP, the guy that just landed a $300 million deal selling his label, right? Or whatever. Didn't he reach out to and have multiple conversations with academics behind academics riding on Little Baby constantly, right? Just saying. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. It depends. People that will consistently use a platform. So you got people that have big platforms like a 50. His Instagram will hurt you, one post. And you got smaller platforms where they just ride consistently. Now in battle rap, my platform turns huge. Like if I do a controversial video in battle rap exposing somebody, I'll do 100,000 plus views, maybe, you know, like other videos that I did, and it'll be bad. But if it's not something that's super controversial or super entertaining to people, or super duper exposure, or not like an edited video, you know, it'll be significant, and the viewership in battle rap is smaller, so it'll hurt. But then you also have the fact of me compounding it, where I might want to do it for fucking 2, 3, 4, 5 days, or continue to double back, you know, because you maybe have done things in my direction that I feel like, nah, that's wrong, or you wronging me, you know. So everybody's different. You know, I'm trying to get off of that reputation that y'all still put on my jacket. I hate that reputation. I come in peace, man. Read the lyrics, ARP. I got you. I'm gonna go back and play the baby's video when the stream ends. Don Bean says, ARP, you start pulling people up. Oh yeah, that early. Okay, I'll be having some stuff to say on some of these topics. Yeah. So I may do rare streams then where I pull y'all up in the mist, especially like on the weekends where there's more time. You know, during the week though, Monday through Friday, when we're all trying to keep the streams lower than 2 hours, which we're never able to fucking do, it's tougher, you know, because I'm trying to get the hell out of here. And that could take one topic and add on another 30, 40 minutes. So if I did bring y'all up during the week, it'd probably be during these moments, like the closeouts. During the weekend, different story. You know, I got way more time on the weekends. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out maybe some formulas and some random times, and then we'll try to mix in some more members only streams and all that. We'll try, man. I'll try. I like this type of feedback. You know, it opens doors for us doing cool things. All right. Unknown says Tooth exposed that Twork scammed somebody over a car. So we'll say allegedly, and we'll hope that's not true. That's crazy for them to catch up with you in the airport, though. Like, if that was true, it's like, did those people know that he was traveling and then send them to the airport, send the police to the airport? Like, I mean, Twork has been at a bunch of known places. Anytime he has a flyer that pops up, I mean, this would probably be one of them. But the airport for a car situation, it just seems like, I don't know. For a car situation, you purchase a car, you probably have a purchasing address on record. No, even if it's not his name, that's all. I don't know. It just seems like such a bad luck time to get caught up in something allegedly related to a car, you know, at an airport. I don't know. So I'm gonna still say allegedly. Maurice with the super, appreciate you, Maurice. Capo's in the building, says ARP doing lift. This AM Mr. Live, Splash Bros, Fossil Gang, RBE Brick. Who's Splash Bros? A lot of people be pausing that, man. I'm not a pause guy, but I'm too old for that. But who's Splash Bros? Clay and Steph, right? I'm fucking with you, Capo. Fossil Gang. Okay. That's my first time seeing that one too. RBE Brick, always. Shout out to Capo, man. And once again, reach out to Capo, and you tried it if you want to be in the members only chat. I just joined the members only chat yesterday. I caught an invite on my IG, and I'm in there now. Let me go to it real quick on my gram. Let me see. Let me take a look in there real quick. All right. Sorry, it's true chat. How many people's in here so far? Matter of fact, I won't say the number. But how many people's in here? There's a bunch of people in here already. Yeah, members, you're welcome, man. Members, hit up You Tried It, or hit up Capo. Get yourself added to the Sorry It's True chat. I'm gonna drop a note in here right now. GM y'all, happy Friday. In case there's any members in here that didn't catch the stream this morning, salute to y'all. So yeah, I'm in the chat too. And shout out to all y'all for putting this together, man. Salute. Hit Capo and You Tried It up if y'all want to join. All right, I think that's everything. Happy Friday. Happy payday for a lot of people. Happy end of the work week for a lot of people. Shout out to y'all if y'all work on the weekend. Shout out to y'all if you're on your way home. Shout out to y'all if you're an entrepreneur. Shout out to y'all if you work from home. Shout out to y'all, whatever. It's Friday. All right. Friday, regardless of your work schedule, it tends to be a day of the week that changes the vibe. Okay. Makes things feel positive still. You know what I'm saying? Fridays and Saturdays just tend to feel better, hopefully. Okay. So let's keep that positive energy going, man. Let's be productive today. Let's be safe today. And unless there's some super news breaking, we gotta cut the stream on type of shit, which I doubt. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, which is Saturday. So we won't be here 6 on the dot, but we will be here tomorrow morning. I got y'all. Be good.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house up. And shout out to the members.